the Horn live at Super Bowl 56 Radio Row in Los Angeles. Stu Myrick anchoring the coverage here from the Los Angeles Convention Center. It is the final day. It is Friday, and things are going to get popping here. All sorts of folk, all sorts of luminaries and dignitaries, both in person and virtually, and that includes my guests at this time. First of all, he is a Special Olympics athlete and health ambassador. He is Daniel Fundora. Daniel, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
That's great. And joining him, not only is he a Special Olympics champion ambassador, he is a former WWE champion, one of the toughest men ever to step foot inside that ring. He is the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Follow him on Twitter at DMcIntyreWWE. Drew, how you doing, man?
Marvelous. Coming live from my hotel bedroom.
He looks comfy, too. Daniel, let's start with you. You and I visited a couple years ago in Miami, and I know you were excited to be a part of Special Olympics, and you're still excited. Talk for a second about what you compete in Special Olympics, and also some of the other, being a health messenger for Special Olympics. Talk about that.
Sure, no problem. Yes, the sports I participate in Special Olympics are flag football, basketball, soccer, stand-up paddle, of course, and also I do bowling, golf and softball, and what else? There's so many opportunities that I compete into, even martial arts as well.
Wow.
So, these are the sports that I really, really enjoy anticipate in Special Olympics.
Okay. All right. And what does it mean to you to be a health messenger? I mean, that's because there is a big message about inclusive health in Special Olympics. And I know, the organization does more than just the competitions. They try to take care of the Special Olympics athletes as far as their health and wellness.
I believe that's a really good question. For me as a health messenger, ever since I got involved health messenger, I have to say, this is more than just going to competitions or anything. Health is a very important foundation to Special Olympics because there's a lot of people with disabilities. Like, no offense, I see there's so many people have overweight, and I think that's a major issue because I see a lot of athletes that have a hard time with fitness, and I see there's a lot of hard times with nutrition and health habits. But good thing about Special Olympics health messenger is that we don't just talk about wellness. We take action for health. For example, I was able to take on the fitness classes virtually during the pandemic, and that's like a stepping stone to it. And when it comes to nutrition as well, we able to educate about basic nutrition, for example, with fruits, the vegetables, the proteins, the fats and carbs. That's a good way to change the healthy long-term behaviors and the healthy habits as well. Sleep is a very important too for healthy habits because it's very important to take action. We don't just talk about it or just learning by the educated. It's all about taking action. It's all about, building the education to it with the athletes. Let's say for those who are competing in Special Olympics, it's very important to take care of your health, and between inside and outside Special Olympics, between your nutrition, your health habits, and most importantly about Special Olympics with health, it's mental health. Mental health is very important because without mental health, with anything, nothing's going to get this far. I mean, that's how health messenger life is. But that's how messenger works. It really helped me to get better in life and help me to stay healthy and help athletes to stay healthy. That's what being health messenger is and what Special Olympics really, really does.
Fantastic. Of course, you can find out more. Follow Special Olympics, all their social medias at Special Olympics, at Special Olympics USA Games, hashtags inclusive health, hashtag choose to include, and at WWE Community. Drew, you are a champion ambassador for Special Olympics, and I know it is such a rewarding experience for WWE to be in partnership with Special Olympics. Talk for a second about how WWE, you're doing you're doing online strength workouts and such as that. Talk for a second about that relationship WWE has had with Special Olympics for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, WWE and Special Olympics in general have been working together for, I believe, 27 years. We just renewed the partnership recently, and I'm so excited about that as I just personally got involved over the past couple of years. I think right as COVID was hitting, I've always been very adamant that I want to use my platform to make a difference where I can, and WWE were aware of that. It was just finding, somewhere that spoke to me personally where I'd really get fully involved in, and Special Olympics was it. From my life, my mother was actually disabled. She was in a wheelchair. She had a rare condition called cerebellum ataxia, and people would look at her and think, okay, well, she's disabled, feeling sorry for her. And her attitude was always, because obviously I knew her better than anybody, was, I'm great, I can do anything. It doesn't ever get her down to somebody that's worse off. And that's exactly what the athletes are like. Like, their positivity is unbelievable. Nothing ever gets them down. And we've got a motto in WWE, we're all about putting smiles on faces. When I work with Special Olympics and the athletes, I always leave with a smile on my face. And during those COVID times, it was very important to keep the athletes healthy, keep their minds and bodies active. We're able to create the School of Strength program they could follow at home. Whereas myself doing some exercises with a basic kit that all the athletes had, where they could follow along with me, possibly learn with me, probably do the exercises better than me because I was falling all over myself. But it was about having fun and staying healthy during that period. And we'd set little challenges online for everybody, just to post them on social media. Again, have fun, stay active. And finally, once things started getting back to normal, we're able to meet in person. That was the coolest thing for me, because I knew everybody so well, virtually, but it's not the same as getting to see everyone in person. And the first in-person event, I was like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I want to use my platform as much as possible, WWE's platform, to keep spreading the message of Special Olympics. They surprised me at the first event with the champion ambassador title, which was just as big as any world title I've ever won. And now I'm buzzing till we get to the USA Games in June, so I can be there in person. And Dan's going to teach me how to stand up in a paddleboard. Lived in Florida for 14 years. Possible.
Absolutely. You mentioned the Special Olympics USA Games, June 5th this year in Orlando. Down there, you got the WWE Performance Center. A lot of you guys live in that area, so I know it's going to be a great experience for you, Drew, to be a part of those games, and as you said, putting smiles on people's faces, and especially with the Special Olympics athletes.
Yeah, 100%. I cannot wait for the USA Games. Obviously, we've got Super Bowl, a lot of big events going on over the next few months. We got Super Bowl this weekend, where the Rams are going to destroy the Bengals, because myself and Sheamus did the hype video for the Titans.
This included how they approach.
So I'm going for the Rams. And with the WrestleMania on the 2nd of 3rd in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium, which I believe is drivable from y'all. So
it is.
WrestleMania. It's going to be huge. It's going to be unbelievable. It's the first proper WrestleMania in a few years. People come from all over the world. It's going to be unreal. We'll finish off in June with the USA Games.
You're right. Yeah, WrestleMania coming to AT&T Stadium there in Arlington, April 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, of course, the Horn, you're home for the Dallas Cowboys in Austin. So let's talk a little bit about that, Drew. I know we got Elimination Chamber coming up a couple weeks, and there's that. You're on the SmackDown brand. We know it's probably going to be Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Universal title. I got to imagine, though, you've got next, right? I mean, because after WrestleMania, I mean, you've got a world title under your belt. It's time for you to get a Universal title.
Someone's going to have to take down Roman. It's only been about 93 years he's had that title.
Wow. Yeah.
If Brock doesn't get the job done, I'll be right there. I'd love to say I'm going to wangle my way into that match, but it was myself and Brock at the Royal Rumble was the last two. He got one over on me. He won the Rumble. Last time I eliminated him and beat him for the title. So I guess that put us at one apiece for Rumbles. If Brock happens to beat Roman, then I'll be first in line there. And if Roman happens to beat Brock, I'll be first in line there. But I'm getting that title. First things first, I got to take out Corbin and Madcap.
Yes. Well, I mean, and I thought maybe you had dispatched them already. You came back, and I wanted to ask you about that because you went out with a neck injury, and you know a lot of people thought you were going to be out for months. You might even miss WrestleMania, but you're back, looking good. How's the neck feeling? And are you? I mean, I gotta imagine Moss and Corbin, they're probably shaking in their boots right now.
Of course, they're shaking in their boots. They dropped a lighting rig in my head, and I came back 3.5 weeks later. And I think everybody, including the doctor, was surprised it was so soon I was able to come back. I spoke about it in SmackDown last week. They told me, counting the Rumble out, you're not making that. WrestleMania is possible, but let's just say it's unlikely right now. And I went, okay, doc, no problem. Went straight to rehab. And I've always had the John Cena approach to rehab with every injury I've ever had. It was like, what's the most I can do for the maximum benefit? And they're like, well, you could come twice a day, 6 days a week, but that would be crazy. I went, done. So I did that rehab wise, twice a day, 6 days a week, while also working out on top of that. So it's 3 times a day, 6 days a week, take Sunday off. And when I saw the doctor a few weeks later, they were like, all right, wow, you're a cyborg. Probably a reason why you used to be called the Scottish Terminator, but I guess you're ready to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. WrestleMania 38 coming up April 2nd and 3rd from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. And great to talk to you guys. Daniel Fundora, the Special Olympics athlete and health messenger, and of course, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. Follow him on Twitter at DMcIntyreWWE. Guys, thanks so much for your time. All the best to you. Good luck with the Special Olympics, Daniel. Drew, we will see you hopefully soon, and looking forward to see you hopefully at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. See you all soon. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.